Alright, hello everyone and welcome to game number 3, taking place here on Melting Valley. Game 3 between Yumiko and Cash, as Yumiko currently has a 2-0 lead in this series. Gonna go ahead and speed things up as Yumiko spawns as the red human player on the bottom left, opening up with a Mountain King. Meanwhile, Cash opening up with a Blade Master. No surprise there as we're getting to the 2-minute mark. Mountain King already out on the field. Gonna go ahead and try and creep out this Ice Troll Warlord creep camp. Gonna be very, very fast here as there is a peon down over here. Alright, there is a Troll Shadow Priest already being picked up. And that Mountain King pretty much working overtime to try and clear out this creep camp. Militia gonna get taken down one at a time if not careful. Yumiko picks up a Potion of Greater Mana and Gauntlets of Ogre Strength. Two very, very nice items on a Mountain King if the Mountain King ever gets above 300 mana, which it should. Mountain King looking to finish this up. Meanwhile, the Blade Master may get some easy kills here. There is one peasant. Is he going to get two? Oh, this could be really big here as the Mountain King going to come in with a Stormbolt and get in a second kill there. Are we going to perhaps see a Windwalk? Oh, a bash even there as the Blade Master going to take down a peasant again. Oh, there goes another peasant over there trying to get to the backfield here, and it looks like it will be able to do exactly that. Peasant after peasant after peasant has fallen as the Blade Master now is going to be forced to Windwalk out. Will be able to do so. Is he going to try and break Windwalk again? Yes. One more hit should have done it. Oh, and he does not stick around. Blade Master realizing and knowing the timer on cooldown on that Stormbolt decides not to stick around there, knowing that it would most likely have been certain death if another Stormbolt landed. All right, Mountain King. Now doing a little bit of chasing as well. We'll see what's going to be happening here. Blade Master still getting back up to 75 mana here in just a moment. Didn't do all that much with that opening. Does pick up Boots of Speed. And now we may see Yumiko actually try and do... is he going to actually try and do an expansion type play? Without the Archmage as the opening, he's not going to be able to open up with that Beastmaster, Archmage, Water Elemental, Quill Beast. That is so devastating to an Orc during their Tier 2 phase. Now, with this, Cloud, or Cash is now trying to take down the Troll Shadow Priest. Will be able to do exactly that. Is he going to be able to take down another unit? Oh, there is another bash. Blade Master, is he going to be able to Windwalk away? Yes, he will. And Windwalk away with low life he does, as Cash now going to get surrounded on another unit. Not looking all too good as the Mountain King going to be awfully close to level 3. Alright, Troll High Priest is all that is left. Pretty much out of mana already. But with that Frost Armor, still going to be very difficult to take down as everything attacking it is now just a bit slower. Mountain King gets to level 3. He has used his Potion of Greater Mana already to take down a grunt there. Very nice. And here comes the peasants, and we are going to be going into an expansion. Meanwhile, let's take a look at this. The Blade Master finally gets to level 2, picks up Claws of Attack +6, but it just looks like Cash or Cloud9 is getting outclassed every step of the way. He hasn't really been getting ahead. He hasn't really been able to stop the game plan of the human. And Yumiko is just looking absolutely brilliant. And it doesn't really look like or really feel like Cash has an answer to what is going to be coming. He is going to try and go into Tier 2 here. Perhaps go into a Bestiary and a Spirit Lodge to try and combat what would most likely be Sorceress eventually. As Sorceress are so strong at slowing down that Orc army. But then he will end up falling behind economically. We don't even see a lot of tower attempts coming in from Yumiko. So without towers, perhaps even Wind Riders would have worked out fairly well. Let's take a look at what's going down over here. Blade Master going to go ahead and take down a peasant or two. Yes, there goes one peasant. There's a nice win or a nice critical strike and Windwalk strike. Yumiko now trying to run back over here. You can see that the Blade Master did take a little bit of arrows there as a Stormbolt now down back onto Cloud9 or the Blade Master. Blade Master now looking to pull back here as the Blade Master is pulling back over here to the top right. Let's see what's going to be happening next. Blade Master right there, now still running back down. Let's take a look down over here. Farm. Well, not much going on over there. Blade Master now looking figuring out where to go exactly, and this looks like it will be it. Is he going to be able to push through? Blademaster now wanting to take down the Arcane Tower, not going to be able to do so. And even though Yumiko doesn't have an Arcane Vault here, this is a pretty well fortified position already. 2 towers, that Arcane Tower nearing completion, and that Blademaster is going to be very, very hard, difficult to do any sort of major harassment. Supply count is 36 to 50 compared to 41 over 48. There is a lot more peasants, so the army sizes are about the same. They're just not being engaged and used in the same way. All right, Wind Riders are coming in, and it looks like double Wind Riders being built off to the side. And if this Wind Rider strategy actually works, this may catch Yumiko off guard. There is no water elementals, and with only Town Hall tech, you are going to be quite some time before you see any sort of Dragonhawk Riders. Even if the Dragonhawk Riders do come out, well, what's really going to be what really can come of that, as the Blademaster now going up against the farms here? No real significant damage, or no real threat, as the Shadow Hunter slowly trying to poke this guard tower down. The guard tower quickly takes a lot of damage, and now, oh, that Wind Rider was just a day late and $1 short in getting damage, as now the Wind Rider is going to be going after some of these peasants instead. Yeah, really, that Wind Rider was just a split second late. One more attack with its piercing spear may have been enough. If it even like stutter stepped forward to try and get more damage, that may have just been enough there. As you can see, the Wind Riders are now just poking down these peasants. All right, we're already up to 3 Wind Riders. Meanwhile, back over here, Troll Berserkers are going to be the counter here. You can see we're seeing at 48 over 50. Are we going to see a Scroll of Town Portal to head back? That is the big question, as the peons are now going to go ahead and jump into their Orc Burrows. No repairing going on whatsoever. No Scroll of Town Portal. Not quite sure what's going on here at all. Roar now being cast, Scroll of the Beast by Yumiko, and now a second Orc Burrow has been taken down. Scroll of Town Portal now trying to bring everything all the way back. As we can see, all the units are now trying to run back here. There is a handful of grunts now stuck behind enemy lines. And as they are stuck there, that is pretty much going to be the game. As Yumiko, seen at 39 over 42, has the economic advantage, has a good hero advantage at level 4 compared to, I believe, level 3, or level 1 and level 2. Yeah, that is just not good at all. As the Arcane Tower are going to go ahead and fall rather quickly. There it goes. And now the Shadow Hunter, pretty much the only thing that can keep all of these Wind Riders alive. All right, it looks like the army is a bit out of position. Blademaster does not have a Scroll of Town Portal. You got to remember, Blademaster often does sell that item, as the Wind Riders are now coming back down to try and cause a bit more harassment. All right, that guard tower looks like it could actually fall here in just a moment, as the Blademaster now comes back in. All right, guard tower gonna go ahead and fall. There it goes. Slow now cast, but still not going to be enough, and I take it back. Cloud9 actually looks like he's in a very, very good spot. If the Blademaster and the Shadow Hunter can get to level 2 and hold on to that advantage and not allow any more heroes to really be trained, that should be enough. Wind Riders, oh, now being forced to run back away from those Troll Berserkers. There's 3 of them. And that is going to be the big deal there. All right, Blademaster comes in. Oh, Blademaster gets a Wind Walks right there. Staff of Teleportation. Blademaster has to be extremely careful. May get Storm Bolted. Oh, and somehow dodges the Storm Bolt with a Wind Walk, as the Wind Riders now move back off to the north. All right, let's take a look. Arcane Vault now trying to be built off to the north here. Blademaster healing now coming in. What is going down? Oh, the Troll Shadow Priest and the Troll Berserkers really able to focus down these poor Wind Riders. Wind Riders cannot take any piercing damage or any focused piercing damage, otherwise they will fall. And what looked like a very strong air army is now looking rather weak. Let's take a look. 46 over 60. 2 more Wind Riders now need to be added, as we are going to be getting up to 6. Are these Wind Riders going to be able to deal enough damage? It looks like, oh, a Storm Bolt onto the Wind Rider. The Wind Rider able to get back. No, not able to get back over to the tree line in time, as it does get taken out. All right, some big plays all over the place, as we now are going into a Griffin Aviary as well. Shadow Hunter is right there. and the Blade Master is here to try and just rack up all of that damage. Wind Riders coming in, but the Wind Riders could get caught in transit. Is there a Stormbolt coming in for one of those Wind Riders? That could be a huge issue, as the Wind Riders are now hiding off to the north. And oh, Yumiko trapping the Blade Master inside. Wow, that is a huge play there. Trapping the Blade Master inside, as the Shadow Hunter is now trying to get away. The Shadow Hunter looks like he will be able to get away here, but the Blade Master is pretty much going to be out of mana inside this base. He's not really going to be able to get out of this spot at all, as a Stormbolt now goes down. Another Wind Rider just not paying attention. Cloud9 just not paying attention at all to figure out how to get out. What a horrible spot to be in, as we now see 4 Wind Riders at the natural expansion once more. All right, Wind Riders looking to come back over here. It looks like a Staff of Teleportation now coming in. Mountain King is here. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? Oh, Stormbolt does go down, but the Wind Rider does not have to worry about any of the other trolls now showing up, as the units are now making their way back down here. Blade Master is pretty much stuck inside here. What an absolute funny position to be in, as the Wind Riders are now gonna try and take down this farm. Peasants already over to repair it, as the Troll Berserkers and the Troll Shadow Priest are all in position. Dragonhawk Riders now being brought over, and that is actually a bad spot for that Dragonhawk Rider to be in, as the Peasants are still trapping this Blade Master inside. A brilliant strategy here. Oh, come on, brilliant strategy to banish the Dragonhawk Rider, and now the Dragonhawk Riders are pretty much immune. Yumiko showing why he is the better player, and just absolutely takes out his opponent, even though it looked like Cash could have taken the game at any moment. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 3. I know I did.